So this is a Scandinavian Scribe log house.
There's a lot of people on the internet building log cabins, but Scandinavian Scribe is considered the superior method because these houses are designed to last many hundreds of years. While this is an ancient building technique, it's reasonably new to North America. And this cabin we're building off-grid and deep in the bush. Born on a tiny remote island and raised on a horse farm, I grew up without any social media until 2022 and I've never been to public school. These videos are a journal, and I don't know what'll happen next, so let's enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the next adventure.
So this is a Scandinavian Scribe log house. Scandinavian Scribe refers to the fact that the logs are scribed to fit each other. So there's no chinking used in this method. The logs are cut by hand to fit together exactly. This is accomplished using a scribing tool which looks something like this, and this end is a pencil and this end is just a point. And you run the scribe along the two logs and it copies the exact shape, every little bump of the bottom log onto the top log, drawing a line. And then you cut that line out, you end up with a channel in the middle of the log called a lateral groove.
This is what a lateral groove on the underside of a log looks like. There's also a gasket stapled to it.
And then when you stack the logs on top of each other, they have a perfect airtight, watertight seal. In theory.
There are 4 of us working on this cabin. Jim and Bianca, who are a husband and wife and also the owners, myself, and Pete, who is their other helper. Pete and I are both living in small camps also owned by Jim and Bianca. They live up here permanently in yet another camp. They're pretty much the only people that live up here year-round. They also own a logging truck company and build many of the roads up here, but in the winter, snowmobiles are the only way to get in and out of the bush. The nearest town is 2 hours away. It's a small town with 1 grocery store and no traffic lights, but we do go there to get food. A big part of the meat that we eat comes from hunting and fishing, and we're even going to go foraging later in this video. All the wall logs are on. This big central beam is called the summer beam, and it supports all the floor joists and the lower cord.
Ta-da! That's it for today, guys. Look how much got done. It looks like a house. That's so cool. Giant log porch railing. It looks really cool. It also looks huge right now. The porch especially makes it look huge. But we got a whole bunch of logs on today. We got all the wall logs on. Next is the floor joists, and then we have a post to put up in the middle, and then we get on to the roof stuff like the truss and the ridge pole and the ridge pole posts and purlins and purlin posts, those kind of things. That stuff can be a little more finicky and complicated and also very high up. Morning! Today the plan is to get the truss put together and get it and the rest of the roof structure up on the house.
I gotta sand the truss before it gets put together and goes up because it'll be really hard to sand once it's up there.
I think I might need another lake shower. That is so much dust. I was trying to get rid of the tan lines on my back, and I think I may have overdid it a bit. Now I'm red, brown, and white instead of just being brown and white. So we have a problem, and I haven't looked at the problem yet, but I heard the problem happen, and it sounds like a big problem by what I heard. So let's look. Yep. That's a big problem. That was my water tower, and it just fell over. You can see it was pretty rotten, but that was very scary. I thought a tree was going to fall on the house.
Well, so much for showering. I guess it's lake showers for the next little while. It's lunchtime. We've been sanding all morning. It's super hot, so I'm very sweaty and dusty, so we're gonna go for a lake shower off a fishing paddleboard. Okay, it's time to go back to work, and this is how I blow dry my hair off grid. We're here, and my hair is dry. So what we've got on here so far is all of the wall logs. This is the summer beam, and this is a lower cord. Next, we'll have some floor joists coming over here to make a loft. And then a timber frame truss will go this way for the roof. Then there'll also be a ridge pole and ridge pole posts with purlin posts and purlins. We're putting the floor joists up. There's 3 of them. 2 go all the way across here, and 1 goes here. We're gonna get them with the crane. Jim's in the crane. Pete's on the ground. I think it says in the middle, that's 2.
Doing trial and error.
We're gonna try with this end over here.
Hold on, whoa.
Pull it out, we'll sand it. First floor joist is in, then we got 2 more. This one's coming up next. All 3 floor joists are in. We're all good. The next thing is we have to assemble the truss on the ground and then lift the whole truss up onto the house. Ta-da! The truss is up.
In there, weight is off the crane, standing by itself, got the braces on it, and it looks good. These are the purlin posts. That's the ridgepole post. We have to climb up these posts to get the ridgepole and the purlins on. Jim says it's all fine.
You hug there, hug it, and you hold it with one hand. It's just a little 2-inch pocket. It goes pop. Easy peasy.
The thing I'm most concerned about, what's the other?
He climbed up this one to demonstrate. But we'll see who falls off first.
There was a mouse. I opened this. There was a mouse. He got the seed, both seeds out of the truck without tripping it.
Morning. Today we are going foraging for wild blueberries. I'm gonna go pick up Bianca. We've got the Jeep as our blueberry picking machine. I'm on my way to pick up Bianca. Because it's blueberry season, the bears are also going to be out picking blueberries, so you've got to make sure to always have your bear spray. You can see I have my bear spray right here. That's Bianca on the four-wheeler.
We are going blueberry picking.
Well, we made it to the first part of the blueberry picking spot, except there's no blueberries. These are all blueberry plants. This is how much I've got so far at this whole place. Like, all these should have blueberries on them according to Bianca. But yeah, apparently not. Maybe it's just Dan's place isn't good this time. Yeah, there's lots there. Yep.
Look at all that food just growing on a bush.
Uh-oh. I'm hiding under a bush from the rain. I've got snacks though. Yeah, you're eating them.
Yeah, yeah, good.
This area has been logged. You can see how it's been cut. I'm standing in like tire tracks. And whenever an area is cut, this is where things like berries and stuff start to grow up. And then after a while, the forest takes it over. But while it's newer, it's a good spot to find berries. It does look like I went raspberry picking right now and not blueberry picking.
There was a mouse last night nibbling my avocados. That's not good at all. I have to go a long way to get these. But I don't think he'll be doing it again. I know it doesn't look that high on camera, but this is very high and very precarious. Look at that little skid steer.
maybe I just try to go on. You might have yours will move, hers won't, right?
I'm good. Yours doesn't come out.
Good, we're in it. Now pay attention. Oh, I knocked your phone. I don't know how it was. What's it take?
Right now you're filming that 2x4.
Oh. Need more in?
Ridgepole and purlins are on, and no one died.
The whole roof structure's up and it looks really good. This whole structure is called the truss, and this lower cord is also technically part of the truss. These little posts are called queen posts. This post in the middle is a king post, and this is a collar tie. The ridgepole actually rests on the top of the king post, not on the top of the truss. And the king post carries the weight down to the collar tie, which distributes it to the truss, which puts it on the lower cord. Look at that. Doesn't that just look spectacular? Is this not the coolest log cabin you've ever seen? This is the end of the log building part of this cabin. And that means that my work here is done. Don't throw a fit. I'll be back in the fall. There's plenty more work to do on here, obviously, but I want to spend some of my summer back on the farm. So that's where we're going to go. And guys, I will see you there on the next adventure.